All right, we are good to go. We are looking good. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome to the Glow Show. So we have some things we're doing tonight. I have to do a correction on one item. We made this rose last night. I was trying for Joker colors, and it did not come out. They are not the purple and yellow, or purple and green. What's up, Lizzie? How are you? So we got some really cool effects with it, but we did not get that green. But we got uranium in it, so it is a fully engaged rose. There we go. So it is fully uranium, which is nice, but it doesn't have that really bright purple and green look that I wanted. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful rose. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not that really, really bright color that I wanted. So that's kind of what I'm looking at with it. But definitely has the uranium punch to it. So I need to fix it and redo it because I want to get that Joker color look to it. So we're going to use two totally different green and purple tonight. We're definitely going to use different colors for it. And that's going to be the good part. Anyway, how the heck is everybody doing tonight? Y'all doing good? Hope so. Let's see if I have a little bit of this green that I can use up. I think I do. There we go. All right, let's go. What's up with Tiger? How are you? I did make the lollipop on live, yeah. It was a while ago. What's up, Dragonfly? How are you? How's everybody doing tonight? Oh, what is going on? Hold on one second. I got to do a correction here. Uh-oh. I got to fix something. No. Edit. Why is it doing that? Okay. Okay, hold on one second. I got to look at something here. I got a problem. Cancel. Okay, what's up? Okay, there it is. Sorry, my chat was disabled for a minute. I had a small issue. What's up, everybody? I'm so sorry. My chat showed disabled for some reason. Okay, we're back. Sorry. Your car doesn't like you, won't play the audio? I'm sorry. Yeah, they can be finicky, right? What's up, Irish Cream? How are you? All right, let's get this built. Okay, I feel better now. And there we go. All right, so I'm going to reattempt the Joker color flowers. We're going to reattempt this Joker color flowers. I tried purple and green, and while it worked out okay, the colors are too faint. They're not like really good. Kevin's book, how are you? I did clean my desk. Yes, I did. I cleaned my bench. So we're going to redo the flower in Joker colors, meaning green and purple, and see how it looks. I'll show you temporarily what I'm dealing with, and then we'll go from there. Let me just get this sealed up. And like that. All right, I'm going to separate this real quick. And I'll show you what we're going for first, because like I said, I was for sure that these colors were going to work, and they did. How long should it take to make? Probably 30 minutes plus. It's not a short project. If you want to see short, that's not the one to stay for. What's up? How you doing? Okay, let me set my torch up properly. So last night we attempted a flower out of Joker colors. And let's go there. So it's very faint. Okay, there are purple and green colors in this flower, this rose, but it is not where I wanted it to be. But we did end up adding in uranium, so we got really nice, bright, glowy colors in it with the uranium glass. But temporarily, it's not the exact colors. You can see a little uranium in that sucker too, and then there's the glow-in-the-darks. So I'm going to attempt it with much darker colors. We're going to go super dark purple, super dark green, and see how that works. Sometimes it's just a matter of experimenting with different colors. Thank you, Lizzie. Can I blow crystal glass? No. There is no such thing as like crystal glass. If you're referring to leaded crystal, absolutely not. That's a totally different game. What's up, Cruising? How are you? All right, so we're going to bring this in. We're going to put a big old chunk of it together. Then we're going to stripe it with purple and hopefully get some cool combos of color. Yeah, crystal glass, especially leaded, has lead, so you definitely don't want to mess with that. Yeah, I had no power for a while today. We have a little bit of rain and stuff going on, and I had no power. So there was no way for me to go live. And that sucks when that happens. But anyway, we got power back, so I'm on late. What's it say? I see you put up some of your glass rids. I don't know what that is. Jenny and the Jets, thank you for the pumpkins. After this, we're going to probably do a few of the spinner tops. I had so much fun making the one yesterday, and I did a little video of it on YouTube. This guy spins really well. It's going to fall off the table, but there we go. It spins really good. My bench is a little uneven, so it likes to fall towards me. Could I make a Michael Myers mask? I don't know. Yeah, I definitely cleaned up my rods. I cleaned up my bench all the way around. Unknown, thank you. How are you doing? Everybody welcome in. Happy Saturday to you all, Saturday night. So this is going to take me a second. I got to melt this in. We're going to add the purple and hopefully get a really cool Joker flower. I was very, very disappointed in the one from yesterday. Even though it looks good, I'm not happy with its end result. If you like uranium glass, it's amazing. Yep, long sleeves tonight. You know why? It is cold as hell. Last night, I was freezing. I kept telling you guys my butt was like cold, and I wasn't joking. I definitely had numb butt last night, even with all this heat. Yeah, the flower is still pretty. It's a pretty flower. There's nothing wrong with it that way. But once someone said Joker colors with a flower, I was like, yeah, we got to do it. I really want that dark purple and green look to it. Do I need commercial grade fuel supply? You need pure oxygen, that's for sure. As pure as you can get. And you need propane, which is always pretty pure, which is pure. Hey, Cruising, Dragonfly has suggested that if you want to be a mod, asking you if you want to be a mod. So if you do, let me know. So you haven't got to that point, still sweating? Yeah, trust me, it's cold for me. What's up, Colleen? How are you? Are you tuning in from Ireland? Are you serious? Freaking cool. I love Ireland. I have not been there, but I want to go. I really want to go to Ireland. Where do I live? Washington. Just look for Bigfoot and you'll find me. All right, I got to straighten this out a little bit. How much gas do I go through? Take a guess on how much propane I go through a day. I'll let you do it. How much do I go through on a day? Just let you guess. Half? Like how many gallons of propane do I go through? How many gallons of propane do you think? Fourth of a tank? 12 barbecue bottles? Oh, thank you, Betty. Yeah, the lollipop looks good and it's got uranium. 1.5 gallons, half gallon, 30, 20. I go through 1.5 gallons of propane a day, roughly. 1.5. We're going to do another rose. We tried to do the Joker rose last night, green and purple. It is green and purple, but not like, it doesn't look like a Joker rose. It's not like super bright. How much oxygen? 10 to 1. 10 times the oxygen to 1 part propane. So like a standard welding tank that you see, the big like 5-foot tall welding tanks, I'll go through one of those in about 4 hours. Give or take. A little bit like that. All right, well, this is cooling off for a second. I'm going to show you the flower, what I'm trying to attempt, and what happened. So total mistake. Oh, there's the uranium. So this was the flower we attempted yesterday. It's supposed to be really bright purple and green. And it is neither one really bright and visible. But it did cool into a cool uranium piece. So it has uranium glass running through it. I think it's pretty by itself like that. But it's not the look I was shooting for. In fact, I need to grab some uranium. 1 second, let me reach over. Grab some uranium. I am going to throw uranium in it this time too. We're going to put some more uranium in there. We're definitely going to add that in. All right, so we got this dark green now. We're going to add this purple. This purple is no longer made anymore. Last night I used some purple that I didn't know what it was from my dad's estate. This one I know. This one's not made anymore. To my understanding, it could be. But we're going to use it. So we're going to come through. We're going to stripe it down on 2 sides. And we're going to twist it up into what's called a latticino or cane. People refer to it in like 10 different phrases. But we're going to bring it down. I'm going to double it up a little bit right here. little bit right there and right there. So we are kind of cruising the midnight oil tonight. We are burning the midnight oil. We're doing late. I lost power today, so I could not stream earlier. We had no power. Unfortunately, someone hit a power pole, like knocked it all out. That sucked. Okay, so right now we have the purple right there and the green. It's hard to tell the colors, but they are there. We're going to add a little bit of uranium in here. We'll give it a little bit of a punch. Not much. I don't want the uranium overpowering it. We'll just use a little. One on each side, just a little strip of it down. What's up, DC? How are you? There we go. One more little bit of purple. I don't think there's enough purple on here. 1 second. I'll just thicken it up just a tiny bit. Just a wee bit. And like that, we got it. Oh, thank you. Got you 3 months up. Well, then you are entitled to the birthday cake. Oh, perfect. I will make cruising a mod. We'll do it right now, actually. How does a moderator? There we go. Save. Cruising is now a mod. There you go. Thank you very much for doing that. All right, so we got purple, we got a little uranium, and we have some super sparkly green. We're making this flower. I should actually put this front and center right now. So we're doing this, but we're making it much brighter. Because right now it just kind of sucks. Hybrid Strawberry, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, we're making a flower tonight. So we did the one last night. This one, I am not at all happy with the color. So we're going to fix it up. So again, right now we just got triple colors going. We're going to spin it up into a latticino. I'm hoping I have enough. It's not that anything's wrong with the flower, but I don't remember. Who was it on YouTube that said Joker colors? If you are here, I appreciate that. All right, so we're going to spin it up and pull what's called a latticino. It's just a matter of twisting these glass rods. And this will make really cool looking petals for the flower. Like when I do red and yellow, oh my God, it looks amazing. Red and yellow look absolutely awesome. So we're just going to keep pulling. I should theoretically have enough. I don't know if we're going to make the flower as big with this, but we're going to attempt to do pretty good. Just going to keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Keep twisting. Yeah, I think we'll have enough. And a little bit more, and a little bit more. There we go. So that is all twisted up now. So this will be what we use for the petals. Really like watching glass blowing and stuff? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I love this job. This is like my dream job. It was between this and pastry chef. So either one would have been cool. I'm not disappointed with either way. But all right, hopefully you can see these colors now. You can see a little bit of the green and purple. Well, not really. We're going to enhance it with a light. I did order a light too. So hopefully you can see a little bit of that texture of those colors in there now. We got a nice purple, green. You're back from yesterday? Welcome back. All right, let's get started. So that we're going to use this as a stem. We're going to start the flower now. This was the one that we did yesterday. Like I said, the uranium part looks good. The uranium looks amazing. The rest of it, not what I was shooting for. And we're going to go from there. So we're going to pull this little end off here because there was a scrap piece of glass on there that looked terrible. There we go. And I need to make sure I got my flatteners. I do, right here. We're all good. So about every third or fourth petal, I will bring the flower up so you can see what it looks like. And you'll see the progress as we build it. How much will the flower sell for? This one will probably be in the 35-45 range. 35-45, depending on how we're doing size-wise. It's not going to be too bad. So we're going to start this one off with the unicorn horn version. Like that. Never seen anyone do this? Well, stick around. It's going to be a lot of fun. So this is what I call the unicorn horn. We start with a little pointy part. We're going to go from there. Hey, thank you for the jewels. Oh my God. Thank you for the jewels. Thank you so much. That's a new feature on here. Appreciate it. Thank you for the heartbeat, Snowbelt. How are you? All right, so let's get started. We're going to do a couple petals. I'll show them to you in progress, and we'll go from there. So the first 3 or 4, the item doesn't look very good. Going to be 100% honest. It looks like dog crap, to be honest. First 3 or 4 doesn't look good. But as we start building on it, it starts looking better. The glasses are Meta glasses, so these are the Meta Ray-Bans. And I had the lenses swapped out with my glass blowing lenses. I absolutely love these glasses. One, I can record with them, so you can see a first-person view. Thank you. And then secondly, the frames are super comfortable. Normally, glass blowing glasses are really heavy on your face, and they create a little spot on the bridge of your nose there. And after like 3 or 4 hours, it sucks. They hurt. So this is amazing. I am having a fantastic night. Thank you for asking. So 2 more petals and I'll show you what it looks like. Yeah, I've been doing this glass thing for a little while. Hopefully I got it down. I think I know what I'm doing. Okay, 1 more here. I got a really cool thing to say for those of you that have been with me for a while, especially on TikTok. You have goggles. We have Flaming Jesus making an appearance tomorrow. Flaming Jesus is going to be coming on the torch for a little bit tomorrow. So, gonna be fun. How much fuel do you use in a night? Take a guess. For those of you that don't know, Flaming Jesus is my kiddo. He's my son. So. All right, so there we are. We got the very basic of the flowers started right now. So this, like I said, it doesn't look like anything at this point. It just kind of looks like garbage, to be honest. Not very nice. All right, so once we start doing a few more petals, it starts coming into a really nice effect. Your kid keeps telling me the night she wants to learn this craft. She should learn. I highly recommend kids learn. I would love to see kids learn. I would love to see kids get started in this. I'm very encouraging of that. Kids and people that are in wheelchairs, I really want to do that with someone. What time is it for me? 5 o'clock somewhere. I'm kidding. It is 9 o'clock. Okay, we're going to bring it out here. I can't tell you how many times I've heard Jimmy Buffett when I lived in Florida. Oh my God, it plays everywhere. Jimmy Buffett, everywhere. It's not a bad thing, but oh my goodness. Jimmy Buffett everywhere. What's up, Daddy Rowe? What's up? How did I make those ghost dogs? Same way. Little heat, little luck, little love. That got big. Okay, we're going to definitely have to modify that one a little bit. Going to cut it down on the fly. There we go. Okay, so we are getting to a cool point where now we've got a few more petals added on. And now you can start to see that it's taking a little bit of shape to it. We're going to grab the light, going to bring it out. Oh, not that one. Now you can see it's got that nice shimmer to it. There is purple in this one for sure, but we got a nice color going on it. Next step, we're going to start adding more petals to it. Again, every 3 or 4 petals, I will be adding it in. That's not the best way to check and see if glass is hot, by the way. Definitely don't want to do that. How long does it typically take to make? I don't know, between 15 minutes and a half hour, depending on how much I'm jabbering. You know, I like explaining what I'm doing rather than just focus on the flame and not talk about what's happening in the action. Some people get annoyed by it, but that's okay. Most people don't mind it. Okay, we're coming through. There we go. Man, the music is on point tonight. Music is definitely on point tonight. The zeros, I actually finalized the price. Zeros are going to be $65. That is the final price of zero. I did go through it all. They are $65. They are super expensive as far as the glass is concerned. Okay, got that one done. When I get this not final petal, but this next petal on and I melt it in a little, you're definitely going to see the effect of everything. Okay, stop moving. it'll start looking like a flower. I do have a website, starrynightglass.com. Any functional? Very little. I only make glow-in-the-dark functional, and they're all dry. Thank you for the TikTok. Appreciate it. We are multi-streaming, so if something doesn't make sense in conversation, that would be why. I try to maintain both chats at the same time. And hopefully I can get a doc that'll link all the chats together. That is my goal. Okay. So far, so good. I'm happy with this so far. What's up, Uncle Mert? Okay, how many hours a day till I'm done? Usually 6 to 8. All right, again, we're going to bring it in and watch. This is going to be amazing. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Look how bright that sucker is with the visuals. There we go. That is shiny with purple galore in it and uranium. Really? Huh. Amazing. Yeah, it is starrynightglass.com. So now it's really going to start taking shape very quickly here. Thank you, Callie. Yeah, this one, now it's going to really come into effect in a big way. You're going to start seeing it fill out. Everything's going to look good. Is that a blue light above me? No. It is, well, I guess it's, technically it's purple, but the camera doesn't pick it up correctly. It doesn't like picking it up. Like my flame is bright blue, but everybody on camera sees it as white. But the flame is bright, bright blue, baby blue, sky blue. I'll bring it up closer at some point. You can actually pinch and zoom in. If you're on your phone, you can definitely pinch in. If you didn't know that, you can zoom in. Where did I just put you? Right there. This rose is in a really annoying spot. Where the hell to put it? It's really annoying me. Okay, so next spot, we have one more to do. And we're going to come through. My jaws are quite... No, I'm trying not to let my gum spit out in the middle of live stream because that would be freaking embarrassing. A lot of people don't know. I use gum for a safety feature. So when we're actually blowing glass, one of the things, the way I do it, is I pull what's called a point. Technically, you're supposed to flame polish the end of the point, but I don't. I just cut it. But on the end of those points, a little piece of glass can break. And if it gets in your mouth and falls down your throat, you're a little bit screwed, right? So I use gum. If it does dislodge from the piece, then the gum catches it before it goes down my throat, and I'm good to go. We're going to show a little bit. Okay, there's color again. See how much brighter it's getting? It's looking amazing. We'll bring it up really close as I can right now. So we got a little bit of visual right there. There. So we're going to keep going. Okay, here we go. How long do the tanks last? Well, I'm on a liquid tank. Yeah, we're doing flour out of glass rods. Liquid tank lasts me a while, about a week. So that's good. I don't have to change my tank for a week. I do have an oxygen concentrator, but I am in the process of putting that up for sale. I want to make room for a glass blowing lathe, and I don't have room for all of it. So the concentrator's got to go. And I got a good deal on my liquid tank, so it's not like it's going to be too much of a problem. It'll cost me about an extra $100 a month. Liquid versus concentrator. That's okay, though. I'm on liquid. What kind of concentrator? It is a Oxyfrog Bullfrog 50. It is no longer made anymore because Scott is losing money on it. And it will handle my torch and 2 other torches if you want. It's insanely powerful. And that's why I'm selling. It's big too. It's literally overkill. But at the time, I had Flamin' Jesus working with me full time, and we were doing classes, so we were literally running 3 torches at once. And I needed it then. Yeah, concentrator produces oxygen out of the air. It looks dark green. It will. It'll look a little darker while hot. Okay, warm. Duran, thank you for the jewels. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. So while the green is hot, it gets a little darker, and it also emits a brown hue. The main oxide that's used for green is chromium. Chromium gets very brownish when it's hot, and then when it cools off, it just has a beautiful green. So right now it has a much darker color than what it should be when it's cool. Actually, I have a good example here. So the ribbon candy here is made with the same green. Okay, you can see that green in there. See how bright that green is versus a little darker right here. Same exact colors on the ribbon candy as the flower. Let me see. Yeah, it shows it on the side better. So that green over there is the same color. Flamin' Jesus tomorrow will probably be about 1 or 2 p.m. my time, Uncle Mert. So we got the flour going. It's looking good. Got to preheat it. We're going to go as big as I can. We're going to go until the... we're going to go until I run out of the color. We're just going to make it as big as I can. My moderators are really good. Can I make a jellyfish? Probably. Denmark? Are you serious? Is it chromium toxic? Not when it's built into the matrix of the glass. So once an oxide is melted into the glass, it's not quite as dangerous at all. The only one that is an exception to that is cadmium. So cadmium does off-gas a little bit, even when it's built into the glass. But like I have uranium glass, and it's not at all toxic. In fact, your phone puts out more radiation than the uranium glass. So once it's built into it, it's okay. But you still should be cautious. You know, one of the things you want to be careful of is make sure that you have enough airflow and you don't get carbon monoxide poisoning from all of that. You know, the fire. I just had a sudden urge to do, like, I keep hearing Beavis from Beavis and Butthead saying fire at the moment. I don't know why. Welcome to my mind. I do. I keep thinking Beavis right now. I have no idea why. Put glass. But yeah, once the chemicals are put into the glass, I know, right? Can you hear Beavis now? How many people hear Beavis in their head? You couldn't stand them? I love Beavis and Butthead. They cracked me up. I freaking had a great time with them. I have every one of their videos on DVD. I even have one that was produced and they released it, and like 5 or 6 hours later they were pulling it off the shelf because someone messed up and it wasn't supposed to be released. And I have a copy of it, or not the copy, I have the original. Yeah, it is definitely nice multi. What's up, Christy? Christy, you changed your profile. Christy, how are you? I know, fire from Beavis and Butthead. Anybody got a Beavis and Butthead emoji? That would be perfect. I know, cornhole, right? Cornholio, yeah. Yeah, see, you got a little grin on there. I like it. How you doing, Christy? What's up, Jojo? All right, so we're going to bring it back out. I'm going to show you with the light again. See how much brighter it is with the light. But see how it's got a little brown hue versus that. Much brighter. A little darker at the moment, and that's because it's still hot. But that's how I came up with my Halloween costume when I went as a toilet. It came from Beavis and Butthead. That's how I came up with the toilet costume. All right, so we're going to go ahead and flatten this out again. I remember pulling points for 8 hours a day watching those DVDs with the crew. Who is that? Spark? Were you on my crew? Because that's what I did. If you were in Tracy, California, that was me. That's my crew. That's back when I had a hell of a lot of glassblowers working for me. All right, here we go. I think this is actually going to be the last row. Otherwise, we're going to get pine cone look. Do I have a physical shop? Yeah. Like, not one that people could come to for shopping, because I don't ever have enough product. I'm always selling out. Thank you for the jewels. Thank you so much. Is that Jason? Are you serious? What's up, Jason? How you doing? Jason on there is amazing. Spark Inc. What is that? Was Jason? Yeah, Spark. Jason Hunter is family. So. And he's awesome artist. Just call me Hope. Thank you for the rose. All right, so here we go. He was one of the ones that was part of the crew when we had everything rolling. Can it get overworked like metal? It depends on which color. Not yes and no. there are certain colors that can get overworked, 100%. But most of the time, no. But like orange and yellow crayon looking colors can definitely get overworked. In fact, they look pretty crappy when they do. They get all oily and ugly. All right, this will be the last petal. This one's done. It's not quite as big as the other one, but oddly enough, it has more petals. So it should be Joker colors, purple and green. We got to wait for it to cool down to find out, but it should be purple and green. Joker colors. And that's what I'm shooting for. What's up, TC? How are ya? Yeah, I'm hoping it comes out because I see it in my head. I just got to make sure the colors work. All right, so there we are. We got that green going. The purple's going to be a little hard to see at the moment because it is hot, but let's see if we can shine a light on it. Now, this does have uranium in it too. I don't know if you can see any of the texture in there. I'm hoping you can see a little bit. There is a little purple in there. It's in there. It's definitely Joker colors. It definitely has that look to it. Okay, next spot. We're going to separate this, and I got to create a little bit of a bubble on the back. If you don't seal the bottom, you end up getting a problem. And the problem is the little petals get caught on something and they fall off. They get caught and pulled right off. How much for a dozen teal roses? 35 times 12. Okay, we're going to come through and we're going to seal this bottom. Actually, I'm going to seal it with a different color. Hold on. I'm going to add this. We're going to blend it with the right color here. I'm just going to use this up and blend it really nice. So what I'm doing is filling in any of the little gaps in there. And creating a little bit of structure to this bottom. Go. Then we'll grab it here and reattach this as a stem. Okay, we're looking okay. I gotta wait for it to settle up. Wouldn't it suck if it dropped? I would be so upset. What got me into this? My mother got me into this. She started when I was 2 years old, so I pretty much grew up with it. I was lucky enough to have that. All right, now we got all that done. That's the bottom I was talking about. See how it's all melded together now? Has a nice stem. Let's create some leaves and put that on there. So we got to make some leaves. I forgot to bring out my leaf maker. So theoretically, it'll look like this, but much better when it's all done. The only bonus is it will light up with the uranium glass, so we'll have that really nice green glow to it as well. So it'll glow up like that. It's going to glow up. That's my biggest accident while doing this. I don't know. I don't know if I have like a biggest accident. I can't really think of one at the moment. All right, so we're going to take this, we're going to melt. These are the leftover remnants of the color. We're going to do some very bright organic leaf colors. We're going to add a lot of uranium to it so they glow too. We're going to make it look good. You're a full-time welder? And to be honest, this looks like fun. Oh, yeah, it is a lot of fun. So how many people in here are familiar with welding torches? Anybody familiar with how amazing torches are? Type 1 in the chat if you are used to working with welding torches and all that stuff. If you've used a lot of equipment like that. Just type 1 in the chat. Okay, wow. Okay, we got a lot of people. Cool. I like hands-on people. You're my kind of people. So this particular torch has what's called a surface mix, meaning the gases are mixing as they exit the front, okay? So there's two principles that are nice about it. One, it's quiet, but two, I can do that. We can grab it just like that, and it's not hot. That's why I always say the equipment itself is very safe, and people always wonder, you know, if it's like crazy, but yeah, it's super safe. In fact, the torch is kind of cold. So we can just sit here like this all day and it's not hot. So my welders or anybody that's familiar with welding will appreciate how crazy that is. I have no idea where that went. That shot somewhere. How much is the torch? This one's a little expensive. It's $4,600 now. I think $4,600. Have I touched the flame? No, and I won't. Christy, thank you for the music bubbles. I love those things. I love the music bubbles. Yeah, don't do that at home. Don't try and touch your torch, okay? Please don't do that. All right, so we're just kind of mixing this color up real quick. I'll show you what it kind of looks like. So we're going to pull it out and fold. Pull it out, fold. It's kind of like mixing taffy, if you can imagine what that would feel like. And right now I'm just doing that to kind of mix the colors. I'm going to add in a little bit of... I'm not going to add anything else into it. I think it's good, actually. Oh, we forgot the uranium. I said I was going to put uranium in here. I really want to be a welder. If you want to be a welder, I can't give you any advice. I only know glass. I want to do TIG welding. That stuff looks... I did it once. My ex-girlfriend at the time, her father was a machinist, so he had this really amazing TIG welding setup. And he was like, okay, kid, let's see what you got. See what you can do. Oh my God, I had so much fun on that thing. I had an absolute blast with a TIG welder. And then I really got into looking at what you could do with it. It is like an art form by itself. Okay, next spot here. We got all this here. We're going to do one more fold. Then we're going to make some leaves, okay? Give it a twist. There we go. We're going to make some leaves for that rose. And then after that, we're going to do a couple spinners. Just got the Ray-Ban Metapair. Yeah, I love these glasses. They're amazing. I had to have them fitted with the glass-blowing lens, but well worth it. Okay, we're going to pull this down just a little. Yep, it's going to fluctuate. I knew it was going to do that. Addicted now? Oh, thank you. I think it's kind of fun to watch. Okay. Now I just have to pull this a little bit thinner so I can make my leaves. Keep it even. A little bit more. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to be smashing it anyway. A little bit of Hulk smash. Okay, we're going to separate it here. Yeah, the ghosties are fun. They do glow in the dark, so there. So that is the glow version. This glow in the dark is going to be commercially available through North Star Glass, hopefully in the next week. They do have it. They have it in hand. I don't know if it's gone to distributors yet, but it will definitely be on hand. Okay, so we got all this color here mixed up. I'll show you what it looks like before we make leaves. There. Can you see all the little striations in there? The little versions of color running through it. So there's three greens in there. Okay, first things first, we're going to flatten with a leaf press. That's this tool right here. There's nothing wrong with 420. We just don't do it because of kids on here. I have no problem with 420 stuff. Let me make it very, very clear. Like that. There we go. Yeah, I think for mods, if someone mentions the 420 stuff, just give a warning about that we just don't advertise that on here. But don't do a quick deletion. Let's, give people a chance. Okay, here we go. We're going to bring it out. We're going to flatten. Like that. Yeah, let's just give them a chance. They don't know, especially if they don't know. All right, so now we got a nice little texture on there. Can you guys see that texture? Is it tasty? I wouldn't try it. Good morning from the UK. Welcome in. So one of the things I do not like is when the leaves are kind of round. I like to shape them. Hi, Miss Vicious. How are you? So good to see you. The Guy Fieri of glass? No, I'm the Bob Ross of glass. That's what I want to be. If you have to associate me with anybody, please make it Bob Ross. All right, so we got this. We're pulling it. See, we stretched it just a little. Gave it a little bend. Like that. So we got a nice little curvature to it now. Where's my blade? Did I lose that again? Nope, here it is. All right, there. So we're going to carve into it now. Yeah, it's lots of uranium. We have tons of uranium. Okay, we're going to come in and we're going to carve little doodads in it. One there. And there we go. So basically that just serrated that edge a little bit, gives it a little more character, a little definition to it. Love from India. Well, welcome back at you. Appreciate you. All right, let's get this melt it in. Gonna grab it. We're gonna burn it off here. I'm gonna garage that in the kiln temporarily, keep it hot. We're gonna make one more leaf and then we'll assemble it and that rose will be done. I know it does look like an arrow. I have made, thank you, Miss Vicious. Thank you. TC, thank you for the pumpkins. By the way, TC, Stephanie is still jealous of your iris. Hard to read and watch? Yeah, it can be a little bit. But I can handle it. Yeah, we did do an arrowhead. That was one of my... I like making the arrowheads. They're a little bit of a pain to get right. But once you do it, it looks good. What type of torch would I recommend for a beginner? Two torches. I would recommend a Glass Torch Technologies. The model is called the Lynx, Lynx. The other one, if you want to spend some money on it, get one called a Bedlam Bravo. It's a good torch for a beginner. But the Lynx is essentially this torch right here. It's a single stage torch. So just this flame. Oh, damn it. No, I haven't gotten any more orders for the iris yet. Am I on? Yeah. Well, I got to do this stupid puzzle piece on TikTok. Sorry, it's going to take a second. They're making me do my damn CAPTCHA. Oh, no, that's not going to work. I missed it. Got it. All right. All right, so we got this roundish leaf. And we need to kind of give it some character. Again, I don't like it looking very generic. Can we kick for harder than... Groves, use your best judgment. I have not done Oogie Boogie yet. A lot of people have asked for Oogie Boogie. I have not done that yet. I need to take some time to figure it out. Yeah, just use your best judgment, Groves. You're in it. I trust you, or you wouldn't be a mod. Okay, we're going to bring it out and give it a small bend. I can make arrowheads, yeah. The arrowheads actually look really good, too. Super happy with arrowheads. So I want to do something here. I just saw... I love this. I didn't know I could add an emote in here. We're just going to pop one in here. I love you guys. That's awesome. Okay, I'm learning YouTube on here. So you got to be patient with my old ass. All right, here we go. We're going to separate this. Yeah, Oogie Boogie, a lot of people have asked for the Oogie Boogie. So I got to figure it out. We'll make it and definitely get it done. Okay, we're going to separate this leaf. There. All right, that's the last leaf. I know, I saw I could pin messages. I'm so happy. I'm learning. If it's in the glass world, I could figure it out, but this stuff, not so much at the moment. All right, so there's the rose we have centered. We're going to put the little leaves on. And here we go. Now, as I was stating last night, I always put the leaves on up high, because if you put them low, guess what? They don't fit in the vase. Okay, I'm going to have to do a little bit of maneuvering here. And I like to give it a little bit of a curvature, angle it. Like that. There we go. So that is leaf number 1. Keith Clan Critters, how are you? All right, so we got leaf number 1 on there. How old? I am a speed limit. I'll let you guess at that. I am currently a speed limit. So that's how old I am. All right, we're going to pop leaf number 2 on here. And it's not a speed limit in the school zone. That's for sure. Well, technically I'm a speed limit, except in Florida. There I'm a minimum speed advertisement. It's the only state I've ever been in where they post minimum speeds. When I lived there, I thought that was funny as hell. You'd see speed limit, and then you'd see minimum speed limit. And I couldn't figure that out until I drove on there for a little bit. There we go. So now we got the 2 leaves on there. Gives it a little character. Oop, they're a little off balance. Hold on. Move it a little bit. Balance it out. Yeah, I couldn't believe it in Florida. It said minimum speed limit on the freeways. I was like, wow, what the hell? All right, so there we go. We got some really nice colors to it. When it sits in the vase, it'll have some nice leaf action. I don't put anything down here because when it goes in the vase, you're not going to see it. We're going to shine a light on it. Hopefully I can get it close to y'all and you can start to see a little purple to it. It's going to be hard to visualize on there. But yeah, that's it. Looks good, nice and greeny. Let's see if the uranium shows up. No, uranium's not showing up yet. It's too hot. Speed limit like 3 to 5 pills only. I don't know what that means, but yeah. How long will I anneal it for? It's going to sit in the kiln all night. I just leave it in there. There's no point in doing that. I do melt uranium in my shop. See, uranium. Yes, I am 55. Bastard. Christy, thank you for the bubbles. I got to dance to that. So we got some really cool effects on TikTok. They're amazing. Got these headphone bubbles. Thank you, Christy. So, how do I get overheated from? I don't get overheated from the flame. I think I have a good example for that. Hold on. Let me grab something. Here we go. So a lot of people ask about how hot it is around here. Just ordinary piece of paper, right? That's how controlled the flame is. There. I can get pretty close to it. I mean, obviously, if I put it in the flame, it's going to ignite. But see? Getting that close and it's not lit up. We can even get a little closer. See? Very, very, very controlled. So this flame is very, very pinpoint. I'll go over the torch just for a second here. So we're going to kick on full flame. So this is my torch maxed out. So that's max. Okay, that is all the way as big as I can get it. Okay, that's as big a flame as I can have on this particular torch. That's my max range. Now we can go from that. And then the reason I like this torch is we use a foot pedal and we bring it down. Okay. Now this particular flame is my favorite size to work with. This is called the phantom size. This is one of my favorites. Okay. Then we got one more, which is this one here. This is the smallest flame that I have. This is the lynx that I tell everybody they should start with. This size torch. But the beauty. Here we go. Ready? Take it all the way down there. So I can have that little micro flame all in one torch. So that's why I love this thing. All right, so we're going to make a spinner top. I'm going to put this off to the side. I don't want to look at it again for a while. We're going to make a spinner top. I'm going to put this up here, put 0 up here. So this is the one I posted on my shorts on YouTube. It makes a really cool sound when it starts dancing. Watch. It's going to pop off my bench because it's crooked. My bench is tilted this way. All right, one more time. So this thing spins really well. We're going to do another one. Actually, let's see if I can shine a light on it. Make it do it that way. All right, here we go. Of course, it's going to hit everything. Oh, maybe it's going to curve around. All right. So we're going to make another one of those. We'll make it with a little bit of the screen and everything. Here we go. We're just going to mix up some colors. We're going to do a wild one. Then after this, we'll do some blown glass. Have I ever made dice? No. I can't figure out how to do the... Well, I have made dice, but I have not put the little dots in there. I had to do it by hand, meaning I had to take a separate, like a ceramic glaze, and add little dots to it that way. But I did not have... I haven't been able to figure out how to do dots on there and keep it even. And then the second thing is I need to make sure that when I do it, all the sides are pretty even. So that's one of the hiccups I have with dice. I would love to make Red Squeak! Thank you, Red Squeak, for the magic roll. That's awesome. All right, so we're going to spin this up. Thank you, Red Squeak. A straight uranium top. I have done that. I have definitely made straight uranium tops. They are more expensive because of the price of uranium. But yes, I have done full up uranium tops, and I've also done it out of a glass called Lucy, which is a UV pink. The UV pink one looks amazing. What about lollipops? Can you make a squid? Lollipops aren't too hard. Squid, I have not tried a squid. I've done octopus, but I've not tried like a squid. Thank you for the jewels. Thank you for those jewels. That helps so much. I do make glass beads every once in a while. Okay, right now we're just pushing this together. We're going to make a quick spinner top with this leftover glass. So we're just pushing it together, kind of like a little marble size. We're going to burn it off here. I'm going to two-tone this. So we got a lot of green in it. We're going to kind of sandwich the green in between clear. Actually, you know what? We're going to do uranium. We'll make a little uranium on here. Yeah, we're going to make a little uranium on the spinner top. We'll do a little uranium. So we're going to put a little on the top portion of it, no pun intended. A little bit up here. So this is the original uranium glass. Like, it glows completely crazy. Yeah, it is uranium. So the purpose of uranium is it glows under black light. So you can see that light up down there, and a little bit on this right here, you can see that bright green. That is the uranium. Okay, we're going to add some uranium dots to the sides, then spin it up. We'll blend it all in. Should look awesome. What temperature do they heat the materials to? About 2800 is where its happy spot is. 2800 degrees is like the go-to temperature. What kind of glass do I use? I use borosilicate. Common brand is Pyrex. Everything's for sale. Can I do a large angelfish that's black and red? Yes. I like making angelfish. They are pretty cool, actually. I used to make them in simulated coral. Like, you can get fake coral. I don't like using the real stuff. But you can get this fake coral, and I used to build the angelfish that sat in the coral. Okay, so we're going to melt all this in. I got to blend those dots in if I want it to spin correctly. We're going to grab it here. We're going to bring it in and smooth all that out. After this, we'll do some blown glass. We'll actually do glass blowing. So technically, this form of glasswork is called lamp working, L-A-M-P, lamp working. And it is derived from using kerosene lamps back in the day. The kerosene lamps were modified to produce a flame coming out sideways, horizontal. And the term lamp working just stuck because they were using kerosene lamps. Actually, we're going to try something a little bold. I'm going to leave this a little textured. Should I? I don't know if that's smart or the dumbest thing ever. No, we're going to blend it right now. I'll texture it later, not with uranium. But anyway, lamp working comes from working with kerosene lamps. And then eventually they figured out how to make torches. But it was kind of cool. I went to the Edison Ford Estates in Florida, and I saw Edison's lab that has all the original glass and everything on it. Oh my God, that was so cool. I wanted to grab a piece of that glass so bad, just to say I had some Edison's glass. But I was good, I didn't. Okay, we're going to bring it out. Hey, what's up? Yep. Just put it inside. You can eat out here if you want, but yep. We had a Flamin' Jesus make an appearance. There he is. Okay, so now we're going to go here and we're going to start shaping this. L to the B, thank you for the bubbles. What's up, L to the B? How are you? How are you doing? Thank you. Yeah, the zeros are one of the newest ones. I do like the zeros. Okay, so we're just pushing this in a little bit, getting that diamond shape to it, that cone. That's what I use that for right there too. A lot of people wonder what that's for. That's it. Partial. We're going to bring it down. I'm going to smooth all this out a little. And we're looking good. So we got a little cone shape to it right now. And this definitely has the uranium in it. It is uranified. Bryant, what's up? When I was at Corning Museum, lots of sculpture and aquatic animals. Yeah, Corning has a lot of stuff in it for sure. Thought I had a lightsaber? I'm telling you, if I had a lightsaber, I would not be here right now. Everybody knows what I'd be doing with this lightsaber. I always tell people I would take if this was a lightsaber, I would take it into the biggest cities I could find and cut all the heads off of parking meter lamps. There would be no more parking meter. Nobody would ever have a ticket, ever. So I'd just be the parking meter ninja. Okay, we got to put a little tiny punty here. So I'm going to try and flatten this out a little bit. If I can get this a little flatter here, it'll definitely help it spin a lot better. Ever made a stitch or angle? No, I have not. I don't do a lot of character work like that. I try not to do too much of a copywritten stuff. How do you contact me about cremation custom or custom pieces? Just send me an email, starrynightglass@gmail.com. All right, let's push this down. Gonna make a nice clear cap on here. How you doing, L to the B? How's it going? Then we're gonna bring it over here, and I'm just gonna start pulling it down. Creating a nice flat surface. I got some of my old school people in here. We got L to the B, we got JoJo Smiles, we got Miss Vicious, we got Red Squeak. Man, we got some crew. Uncle Mert was here. We're running old school. All right, now that looked a lot better right there. Can you guys see that flat surface I just created right there? So that is going to make this thing spin 10 times better. Just going to smooth it out just a little bit. Oh my God, yeah, that's going to work. Okay, here we go. So we're going to pull a little handle. Now the trick on these is you cannot have a big old gigantic handle. Okay, the spinner top can be a good size, but the spinning handle portion cannot be very big. And the next part is it's got to be straight. This is the hardest part. I got to be like a human lathe. I got to pretend I'm a human lathe. We're just going to bring it out. It's still bending. I have to, it doesn't look like it's hot, but it is. It's still moving. Okay, and we're good. I'm going to burn off this bottom. Like that. We got a tiny little tip we need to get rid of, but we're looking good. So we created that nice flat surface to it. It has a really nice flat surface up on the top. What's up, Dana? How are you? Now, I used to think that the tip had to be extremely pointy. It actually doesn't work if it's that way. It needs a little bit of round section to it. Actually, we're looking good. All right, we're going to give it a test. I'm going to move this the hell out of the way before I do that. We're just going to do a quick test spin. Yep. It is good to go. So we're going to burn it off back here. Now, we're not going to anneal this thing right away. We're going to actually let it sit out, and I'm going to show you how quick it spins live on air, right from when we made it. Have I seen the 3D printed glass? Yes. And I don't know how I feel about that yet. I think there's a lot of potential for it, but it definitely is going to have a few problems, which will be worked out eventually. So we're going to bring this out. We're going to burn it off. Now, I will anneal this later tonight, but for this moment, we're going to leave it out because I want to make another item. And then while I'm making that item, we're going to let this cool off. And when I get done making the other item, we're going to go ahead and show you how it spins. Live on air. So there it is. Now, hopefully it has some nice color to it. Yeah, it's bright as hell. It looks good. Okay, so we got that part done. Stay. Okay, I'm gonna crack my back for a second. God damn, it hurts. All right, I gotta run a quick mid-roll ad on YouTube real quick. So we're gonna do that 1 second. About 30 seconds on YouTube. Hang with me. Stay with me on YouTube, please. I'm going to grab a quick drink, and we're going to do that. 1 second. We're going to mute the sound and everything for a moment. So 1 second. This is the first time doing this, so hang with me, please. Don't leave. I want to see how it works. Okay. There we go. And we're going to see how that's going. I got to get a drink of water. There we go. And stretch for a second. Oh. Okay, we're going to gather some materials. We're going to use blue. We're definitely using blue. I know. Thanks for YouTube Premium. I know. What's up? Glow it up. The girl with good hair. Thank you, Christy. Good night. Okay. So we are good. Okay. So let's go through and we're going to start making blown glass right now. Got a little drink of water there. Otherwise, my throat dries up. You emailed for custom piece? Awesome. Glow up with good hair. Thank you for the glow populars. Okay, we're going to bring this out and we're going to start melting this off. Pull a point. Here we go. Going to clip right here. No, the glass does not get hot at all. Have you ever tried forging? No, I do want to try forging. Yeah, I have not tried forging. There is a guy near me in Seattle area, and he has a forging class that I really want to do. Let me turn Spotify back on. Hold on. And what he does is he takes, Miss Vicious, I'm going to make something wild. I don't know what I'm going to make right now. I think we're going to do a different shape ornament with this. Thank you for the Pharaoh Mask, Red Squeak. Anyway, I guess he takes horseshoes, and if anybody's in forging, let me know. You're in Snohomish? Yeah, I'm up Marysville, Arlington area. But anyway, you can take a horseshoe and you can forge it into a knife, apparently. So that's what he does. It's a class, and I really want to take that. I think that would be a lot of fun. I need some silver. Well, get my silver rod fall. We did. It's right there. Seriously? The one rod that's the most difficult to get to. So anyway, yeah, apparently you can take a horseshoe and turn it into a knife. And that would be really cool. All right, let me see if I have any silver left on this thing. Yep. I did. It just flew off. Oh, dang it. Little bastard. Nope, it's there. It didn't fly. Oh, thank goodness. We just colored it too. Damn it. There we go. So you see I just colored that blue a little bit with silver. We're going to do that again. We're going to vaporize the silver on this. And here we go. We're going to go kind of crazy with this. I don't know what shape I'm going to do yet, but we're going to definitely do a little bit not normal shape that I use. All right, we got a little silver on there. I'm happy now. So we just colored silver on there. And you can see it looks very plated. It's like literally silver plated. How long has the stream been going? I don't know. Let's see. 1 hour and 30 minutes. So we're going to bring this in, melt that in there. Okay, now we got the silver on. We're going to trap that silver with some clear. And we're just going to color it up. Going to need you later. There we are. So we're going to trap that silver in there. And the way you do that is you take another glass rod and you just basically go over the spots that you just coated it. I do sell my items. Yeah, absolutely. We always sell. Yeah, we have to sell or I wouldn't be able to be in business. All right, let's trap it down. We're going to put a couple lines down here. I hate the way that sounds. It always sounds like I'm talking about some type of illicit material. We're going to put a couple lines down when it's not the case. Been watching too many episodes of, oh my God, what is that show? Smugglers. There's a show that shows like Customs and Border Patrol doing tracking materials coming over the border through customs and all the stuff, how they hide it and everything. Oh my God, that show's freaking cool. Mostly because I'm watching how crazy and innovative they get with it. Yeah, it's crazy. You can find my stuff at Starry Night Glass Art or Starry Night Glass at .com. StarryNightGlass.com or StarryNightGlassArt.com. That's where you can find my items. I am also on Etsy under Starry Night Glass. So Etsy is on there. Let me see if I can pin that in the chat. Let me grab it here. Copy. Paste and send. There. Hopefully that comes through. Thank you, Miss V. Yeah, I am on Etsy though. Okay, so let's add some colors here. Let's let you guys vote. Okay, who wants to vote? Type 1 in the chat if you want to vote colors. Let's do it. We're doing audience participation. Type 1 in the chat if you guys want to participate. If you don't, it's okay. You guys want to participate? All right, cool. So let's do, the first choice is bright white with it. So we could choose bright white, or we'll do the sparkly shimmer green. You guys decide, bright white or green. Y'all make the decision. I'll keep it hot while you're doing that. White, 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 shimmer green, white, shimmer green, green, green. Wow. So TikTok is going green. Oh no, it's going white. Lots of white on YouTube. Okay, white is starting to take effect. Okay. I'm just keeping it warm. Can we pick pink? No, I don't have pink on my bench right now. All right, white has definitely taken over. So we're going to put white on there. We're going to stripe white on. It was close. Well, I'm running between TikTok and YouTube, so the chat between the two was, you know, kind of crazy. So we're going to add white all the way down. We're just going to come through. We're going to just blend it all the way down. And there we go. The ghosts are, yeah. Why not white and green? Because I'm letting the audience pick. We're just having fun. Got to do audience participation. Okay, last choice of color here. I thought I had more gold over here, but I do not. Okay, so the last choice is we can add a gold hue to it. So the gold will have a pinky Yes, you did. I know you. Yep, those ghosts had. That was one of those one-offs. So we can add gold with a pinky hue, or we can add the uranium. So uranium or gold. I'll let you all decide. Uranium or gold. Everybody gets to decide. I can get red uranium, yes. Uranium. Ooh, uranium's going. Yeah, all right, we're going to do uranium. So we're going to add that in. Let me make sure this is uranium. Yep, so there's the uranium, like that. Let's add it in. We're going to do a lot of uranium on here. And this is going to spin up with color like crazy. It's going to be an awesome ornament because it does have the silver. We got the white. We got the uranium. It should look pretty freaking amazing when it's done. We all the way around? Okay, we got color everywhere, so there's no more spots left. How hot is the torch? About 3,800 to 4,000. We are doing Christmas ornament right now. Yeah, we are definitely doing Christmas ornament. Thank you, Taki. Thank you. All right, so now we got it fully encased. I got to pop a little air in there. All right, so the main thing on here is the front up here. None of the color is organized. And what I mean by that is it's all kind of sloppy on there. There's nothing to it right now. So we need to go through and fix that. But you can see the colors kind of changing. Can you see the hue of what's happening in there? Can you see how it's color changing? When this ornament's done, it's going to look amazing. Yeah, it's going to look awesome. Yeah, this is going to be good. That's why I use the silver. It changes the colors. Fish, I do commissions, yes. All right, here we go. We're going to spin it up. Why do I always talk with my freaking hands? I got to stop. All right, here we go. Spin, spin, spin. All right, now we got everything kind of running through. We're going to show you the front again. I'll show you what that difference is. What's up, Wendy? How are you? So now in the front, you can see all those colors organized. Could I possibly make a uranium pen holder? Yeah, I can definitely make uranium pen holders. So yeah, everything's all organized now. I'm doing good, Wendy. How are you? Hope you don't mind every once in a while I stalk on your videos and hit like. I do that with all my followers on TikTok. I stalk your videos a little once in a while and just like. All right, so we're going to blow this out. We're actually going to do blown glass here. What's the worst mistake that ended up being amazing? Oh man, I have a really good story for that. I have a visual that I could show you. after I get done with this portion. This item. It was amazing. It became one of my best techniques on the planet. It ended up being so amazing. It was a Bob Ross moment, a happy little mistake. And it's still to this day one of my best techniques and one of my best looking things. So I'll show you right after this. I happen to have something nearby that will show it. All right, let's blow this open. Oop. All right, there we are. No, not much pressure at all. All right, now we got the strawberry shortcake look. Doesn't that look like strawberry shortcake's hat in the wrong color? I'm not streaming on Twitch yet. I'm debating it. Why am I only heating 4/5 of it? You'll see why. Give it patience, Padawan. All right, so we're going to bring it in and we're going to flatten this out. There we are. Do I love my job? Absolutely, I love my job. 100%. Yeah, I want to stream on Twitch. I just don't know if anybody would watch me over there. I don't know if I would have a good following. All right, here we go. And now look at those colors. I promised you cool colors. Tell me that doesn't look a freaking amazing like that. You would? Okay. Well, maybe I'll engage it. I have a channel. All right, here we go. We're going to pop a little hole. Has to have a hole in it, or I'm not going to be able to finish it. Thank you, Red Squeak. Okay. So I'm going to bring that back down and melt it back in a little bit. So the reason for that hole is so that when I go to finish the rest of this item, there's a place for the hot air to exhaust out of the item. If that doesn't exist, then when I go to finish this off, it will create a vacuum seal in it. In other words, I won't be able to finish it. And I'll explain it a little bit more in 1 second here. So if I left it completely sealed when I go to burn this off, every time I heated a spot up, it would push the glass out because hot air is expanding. So if I don't have that exhaust port, it just constantly pushes the hot air and pushes the glass out, deforming the piece. So with an exhaust port or a little hole, there's a spot for the hot air to get out and relieve all the pressure. And that's why it has a hole in it. Actually, I don't know that one. Oop. So most 99% of the ornaments you will find in this industry have a little hole somewhere. What's up, Rockhound PNW? How are you? Pacific Northwest. Okay, so we're going to attach a little holding rod here. We're going to finish this section off. I know, right, Grove? Science. I feel like Heisenberg off Breaking Bad at that moment. It gives me a little joy to have that. I have done paw prints, lots of paw prints. So my paw print's one of my most sought after memorials. So I do memorial glass, where I take ash from people or pets and infuse it into the glass. So that is one of my primary avenues that I like doing. But the paw print version of that is always popular. Okay, we're going to bring this down. We're going to twist it up. You guys can see that little twist happening. We're going to create the little bit of a taper here. That. Could I make ornaments with beach sand sprinkled on the inside? No. The beach sand would end up cracking it. Now I could make it where there's a hole in there and you could fill it with beach sand. That wouldn't be a problem. Okay, so we got that. I'm going to leave this shape. I kind of like this shape. We're going to make it into a spinny top ornament, like the spinner top, but we're going to do it ornament style. Doing good, Marcia. How are you? All right, watch this. Remember I promised you cool colors. There we go. Now you can see those colors in full effect. That's what I was saying. It was going to be beautiful. Damn it, I can't get a good angle. There we go. So now we got all those really nice colors coming through. I did get your text, Red Squeak. I just haven't been able to answer too much at the moment. Yeah, pretty, right? Have I tried to make an egg recycler? No. There's so many people doing that stuff. You don't need one for me. I don't mind the industry. Okay, I'm going to be really, really upfront with that. I don't mind the industry. I don't have a problem with the industry. I just don't see a need for me to make anything in there. Okay, so I'm going to pull this off a little bit because I didn't get it super centered on there. We're going to reattach this back in there and make it look good. I do make memorial item, or a lot of custom items besides memorial, but it has to be something within my, like, I call it my wheelhouse. I mean, if you want me to make a hippopotamus with a camel riding on the back, I'm not going to do that. But, if it's something that I'm pretty normal, like making, no problem. Okay, we're going to come through and turn this off. I have no idea why I came up with hippopotamus and camel, but first thing that came to my mind. Okay, we're going to add the little stem here. Make it look good. And heat it up, give it a little bit of a pull so it has some taper to it. And then because it's going to be a ornament, we got to add a little hook to it on the end. All right, Miss V, I got you. So Miss Vicious already dibsed on it. Mercy, thank you. Good night. Uranium pen holder is definitely something I could do. All right, we got to put a hook on this thing. All right, here we go. I'm trying to keep it from looking like a pacifier. There, I think it looks good. I cannot make a headstone. And please break. It did not want to cooperate. Nice thing is, I bet you this will spin on the table. Seriously? So it'll make a nice little spinner ornament. Like that. And then it has the beautiful colors. Let me do the flashlight one more time. There. Now you can see all the color coming out. I love this color combo. And it's uranium, so it's going to glow under the black light. Okay, so let's check the spinner we did earlier. Let's see if it, yeah, uranium. So this is uranium. Oh, look at that light up. Can you all see that okay? See it light up with the black light? In fact, we're going to grab the bigger one here. Batteries are dying. But there, we got a little black light. Let's see how it spins. I don't know. It's first time trying it. There we go. That's a pretty good spinner. Let's try it one more time here. It's a good runner right there. Yeah, that's what I call a runner right there. Look at it, still spinning. It's hitting objects. I love it. You want to show the rose too? Okay. Yeah, I can show the rose. I'll run that through the kiln later. We'll anneal it. Okay, let's grab the flower. So this was our very first project of the night that has the little flower to it. Let's bring the flashy light on. There. Definitely has a lot of color to it. Now there is purple in this. There is purple. I just wish you could see it, but yeah. It definitely has freaking character to it. Yeah, this one came out really good. I'll show you what I was trying to... I'm not so thrilled with this one. Okay, this was the one that we were doing. I'm not thrilled of it this way, but it does have the uranium, so it looks really cool under the black light. So it has a lot of intensity with that. If you collect uranium, this is a great piece. So, yeah. There. So this is supposed to have dark purple and green, but it didn't turn out that way. It's very muted colors. Providence of Ohio, Ontario. Well, welcome in. I'm glad you've been with us. Okay, let's, I'm going to do a quick bird. Bird's the word. You know what? I think I should make a cardinal. I know someone had asked about a cardinal. We need to do a cardinal. Let me grab yellow. You did. Yeah, creative. You did. Let's make your cardinal. Let me grab yellow. Yeah, I'm just going to make it right now. If you want it, you can have it. The purchase. Let me grab yellow. And a little bit more red. 1 second. So we're gonna make a cardinal ornament right now. Yeah, we're gonna make a cardinal. Creative had asked about it. I definitely make some cool ass bees. My bees are very how do I put them? The bees are kind of animated. They're not like super accurate bees. They're animated, so I do a lot of whimsical. So you can tell it's a bee. Oh, a Sasquatch is on my freaking list. I would love to make a Sasquatch. I got to figure that out. I definitely want to make a Bigfoot, man. I for sure. What's up, Lisa? How are you? Can I make a bee pendant? Yeah, we could do bee pendants. Okay, I'm just waiting. We're going to pull this down just a little bit. So we're going to make a cardinal real quick. And then we'll go from there. Yeah, oh, the happy accident. Thank you for reminding me. So this is what happens when you turn 55. You forget crap. You forget things. It's like I walk in my house and I'm like, what did I come in here for? And I forget. And then I get outside and I'm like, oh yeah, that was it. Okay, we're going to pull this off. Let me just get this situated here. Yeah, the happy accident was really good. That's been one of my best sellers and things that you could ever ask for. Let me grab it. It's right behind me. I have to... So, when I was making... well, I'll grab Mom's clown, too. So, there's a couple different parts of this, and then I'll tell you how it happened. So, in the middle of this... This is my mom's work, so this is who I learned from. My mom's. So in the back here, you're going to see what's called knit glass. See that little body right there where everything looks like it's laced together, like knitting? So I was trying that, okay? I was trying to do knitting. And in my frustration, it started going wrong. And I just got really angry at it. I mean, I was pissed. So I took it and I just smashed it down on my bench. Okay, I was pissed. And then when I came back to my bench, that was staring at me. That design, like that. So I had that really cool finger effect design staring at me when I got done. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to try and hold it both. Damn it. There. I'll just do it that way. So that's what was staring at me when I came back and everything was done. So I was like, oh my God, that's my happy accident. Like that. Isn't that cool as hell? I'll show you a different version of that and then I'll get back to work making a cardinal. Another one. There it is. So this is what I really saw. I didn't have a colored background on it. I'm gonna actually put it in the holder here. That way I can hold it a little better and you guys can see better. So on the end of this, you're gonna see that little pattern. That's what it really looked like when I saw it. I didn't have a colored background, but you can see that kind of spider web pattern in there. And that's what I was seeing throughout the whole thing. Like that. I'm going to flip it that way. Maybe that's a better view. So yeah, I saw that when I came back from being angry. And I was pretty happy for that. So this has, it looks like it has a ton of little finger spider webs in it. Like lots of little finger notions in it. So that's my good story. Yeah, but I was so mad at that. Oh my God, I was so mad. It was definitely Bob Ross speaking to me. What's up, Christy? How you doing? Man. All right, so we're making a cardinal right now. Let's get it done. Trying to use up all this glass I can. So this will be a cardinal ornament. A dragon? Yeah, we definitely have some dragons. Okay, so the odd part of this is, well, it is yours, Creative. I am making this for you. I have not done any other Nightmare Before Christmas stuff yet. I've done some themed Nightmare Before Christmas, but not technically Nightmare Before Christmas. Like an absolute design. All right, so here we go. We're going to start making this. So the red is going to go transparent. It's going to look very clear. So this is the last time it's looking very red. It's a weird effect for this glass, but it's just, it is what it is. It's the way they make it, the chemicals blend together. When they're hot, it just goes transparent, disappears. No choice but to deal with it. Creative, are we doing tail up or tail down? Actually, I don't want to do tail up anymore. Do you mind if it's tail down? Because I think it looks way better with the tail down. I'm actually going to remove tail up. Yeah, I'm going to remove tail up. Taki, what time is it? 3:44 Sunday for you. Where are you at again? For me, it is 10:45 p.m. God damn, it's 10:45. I can't believe that. Doesn't feel like it. All right, so we're creating the body for the Cardinal real quick. Putting a bunch of mass in here. Like that. And then we're going to start shaping it. Otherwise, it'll be looking like it's pregnant. Like that. So we're going to pull it down, create this kind of teardrop shape a little bit. Time does fly, for sure. All right, so we're coming through, and we're going to pull a tail. Oh, I don't care if people think I'm old. I don't give a shit. you know what I mean. I really don't care. I am super Gen X. I really, there's nothing you can do to hurt my feelings. Okay, here we go. And it's tail pull. Like that. So now we got, see how the color went clear though? I just can't, it frustrates the hell out of me. I wish it wasn't that way, but it is what it is. How have I been? I've been doing this 31 years. It's been a great ride too. It doesn't feel 31. It feels, you know, I feel like I've been doing it 20, but not 30. Miss V, she's doing okay. She's been having a little bit of a problem, so she's doing okay, but it's been rough for the past couple days. Weather's changing. All right, so we are going to add the tail here. Again, I do not like using hand tools for making tails or wings. I like to freehand it. I think for me, it looks better. There's nothing wrong with using a tool, but I just like the effect of not using it. Weather's bad on you too? How many people get affected by weather? Anybody really get affected by weather? I feel like I'm starting to as I get a little older. But I also don't know if it's just in my head. I'm located in Washington. I'm in Washington State. Fibromyalgia? Yeah. Okay, so we got one tail done. Now notice how the body went back to red. Now, as I start working it again, it's going to go back to clear a little bit in certain spots. But there is the tail. I don't know what's up with this music, but it is on my groove tonight. It is spot on. There we go. Chronic pancreatitis. Yeah, I know I don't have that, but I just went through a bunch of different checkups. Had my glove test, but whatever. All right, first thing we got to do is put a little hook on it before we add the head. Got to put a hook on it. Do I know Guy? No, I don't know him. I really don't. But y'all could tag him. Maybe. Wouldn't it be cool if I could get Guy Fieri on here to do Fieri? It's technically Fieri. Wouldn't it be cool if I could get him on here to do a glass blowing lesson? Wouldn't that be fun? To actually have him in here doing glass blowing? It'd be wild. Then we could do the roasting marshmallow. I think that would be wild, right? So you guys have an assignment. Got to tag him, and tag him. All right, we got the hook on here. Now we got to add the head. So the reason I have to do the hook before the head is once the head's on here, I don't have room to put the hook on there. Yeah, and then I could do a cooking lesson. Yeah, because as you all know, I only know how to make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. That's all I know. not really. I know, so this is going to be the weirdest freaking combination of stuff. I know how to make a mean-ass peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm not kidding when I say mine are the best in the world. But I also know how to do amazing sauteed mushrooms. I don't know where that comes from, but I love making sauteed mushrooms. They just, when you do it right, they're hella good. All right, so we got the head going on. And this is what I was saying is the hook is so close to the head, you can't really get it on there very well without that. What's my secret to the peanut butter and jelly? Honestly, practice. Peanut butter and jelly was my broke food. And I just grew to absolutely love it. I mean, that's the one food that was, you know, so affordable when I didn't have a lot of money at all. So I'd constantly have peanut butter and jelly. It was my go-to. And, you know, to this day, I still like it. We are making a Cardinal. Right now I'm putting the black mask on it. Then we're going to put the eyeballs. Now I always have to over-exaggerate it a little bit to get them to look really good. And we're going to put the beak on. Like that, and then we got to do the crest. And then we'll do wings. So I'm going to show you something. Without the crest, it looks very dorky. Right? Watch. Now we're going to put the crest on. Now it has character. So without that crest, it doesn't look right. It just starts driving me nuts. All right, let's do wings. Which one's bigger? You are. This is my favorite part, wings. Yeah, the color's staying right now. I probably got the light red Elvis versus pomegranate. They're both pretty much in the same color family, so it's okay. Yeah, I love making wings. That would be funny. I could show Guy how to make wings and he could show me how to make wings. That's funny. Smooth that out. So there is wing number 1 hanging in there. Now we got to wait for it to go completely red, but it's getting there. Oh, we definitely make mushrooms. And here we go. And there we got 2 wings. So the Cardinal starts taking effect. Let me grab the light because it's really not showing it that well. But there, now you can, oh crap. There. So you can see the heads all up there. Everything's looking good. It'll take effect when it all gets all red. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I always have a safe stream. Always. Yeah, witch's nail are bad. Yeah, they're terrible. All right, let's do a little fun. Let's see how big we can make this little. We're going to see how big we can do this. Triple D? No, I'm more of an A cup. I'm not a D cup. I'm more A. All right, so we're going to come through and we're going to blow this open. So we're going to take a small point and see how big we can make it. I know, right out to the B. All right, so this is one of the fun parts that we can... Actually, we're going to do something way different. I'm not just going to blow it open that way. I'm going to show you a little technique that I love. There we go. So I'm not perfect at it, but I'll show you kind of how you do a little wine, like a champagne flute. Not a lot of people get to see that, so I think it's kind of cool. I'm not good at it, this portion, but I think just you'll get the principle. Never saw this at career day? Oh man, I'm sorry. I highly recommend if you ever get a chance to do it. I think it's a great profession. All right, so we're heating up this little point. See how small that is? It's tiny. It's a tiny little baby point. Chocolate chip cookie ornament for Christmas tree? I bet you I could make a chocolate chip cookie. I definitely bet you. That's a great idea, Taki. Chocolate chip cookie ornament. All right, here we go. Got it all heated up. And 3, 2, 1. So that's how you do that. So you would burn the top off and it would create a little bit of a wine top, like a wine top. I didn't do a good champagne flute. But we're going to turn this into a freaking ornament. I do sell the ornaments, yes. So we're going to put a little loop on it. We're going to put a tiny little hoopy loop. Like that. So now we got it's just a bobble. You know, it's just a bobble. Yeah, I don't know how strong it is though. It may break. Oh yeah, that's fragile. That's pretty fragile. But we're going to burn it off down here. And I'm going to hang it in my yard. Just leave it like that. Big ass ornament for the yard. And that's all it is. Kind of cool, right? It's pretty fragile. It's definitely not like super strong. Not like my other stuff. Yeah, I wish it was. Yeah, we're just, well, it's carbon. It's a carbon plate. All right, I want to check this one more time. I want to see how it's going. We're going to put that in the kiln, temper it. Make sure it's all good. Yeah, the uranium looks good spinning. Stop spinning over there. That's not a bad spinner. Honestly, that sucker goes. Yeah, that one's a non-stopper right there. How much would a graphite workbench cost? A lot. Yeah, that one would definitely be expensive. Yeah, now for comparison, watch this. So we're going to do that. See if I can get him to play bumper cars. Nope. Which one's going to stop? All right, blue did. So they're strong enough you could actually have wars with them. You could definitely put them in a situation where you could spin them together and see which one lasts. Are you taking off, Dragonfly? Have a good one. Spinner Wars, yeah, I'm not kidding. They'll definitely work for Spinner Wars. Yeah, definitely Spinner Wars. I don't know if y'all remember Graham. He definitely has those with his kids. Crap. Bring this up. We're going to make a blown glass pen right now. I did find that's the knife I just put away. That's the good one, yeah. We're going to do a blown glass. I don't do any scientific glass because I'm not super good at it. You're absolutely correct. There is a very big shortage of scientific. Oh, okay. I got you, Dragonfly. Yep, definitely send me a message, Daisy Girl. So if I haven't responded, I haven't made this public. Someone's been spamming my email account with like 5,000 emails a day. And I'm having trouble, and it's not just one email, it's like thousands of emails from different email accounts, and I'm having to go through and filter it, and it's a pain in the ass. So I'm trying to get it fixed, but it's not good at the moment. All right, let's just do a very basic approach to this one. Grab some silver. There we go. Got some silver. Yeah, it's literally 5,000 plus emails a day. I might have to, yeah. But we'll see. If I find out who it is, they're going to regret it because I win wars. So back in the day, we used to have fax machines. For those of you that are my age, we had fax machines. And I had a fax machine war against someone that wouldn't stop spamming me with their faxes. So one day, I just warned them and I said, no more. And they didn't listen. So I faxed them the entire IRS tax code. If you know how big that is, it took forever for it to finish. So yeah, I faxed them the entire IRS tax code, the whole thing. Well, they wouldn't stop. So they faxed me a penis. Okay, so I'm gonna start off by, I'm gonna just be blunt. They faxed me this penis that was in a recycle. Okay, I know how to do it. You tape the damn thing together and it just recycles on a fax machine. So they faxed me a penis. So I said, all right, you want to play? So I faxed them the tax code. I was like, okay, we'll play. You know what the next fax I got said? You win. Said, you win. And then I never heard it again. All right, let's do some funky colors here. I do not miss fax machines, though. I do not miss them. But oddly enough, the IRS still uses fax machines. Can you believe that? I can't believe that. They still use fax machines. Yeah, I do not like faxing. The VA too? Are you serious? The VA uses fax machines? What the hell's wrong with that? I thought the VA would be beyond that. Do you still use fax too? Oh my God, I hate those things. We're just doing a funky ornament. I'm just making a funky ornament right now. I have no idea what it's going to turn out like. You guys are going to be with me here. All right, I need your support. We're going to do funky ornaments here. Ooh, I got a little warm. That got a little warm. All right, so we got all this color spiraled around. Too old before? No, you're not too old. No, you're not. If you're still breathing, you're not too old. Spicy flames. Use the fax machine for making copies. Yeah, that's actually probably the best use for it. All right, let's just make some funkiness. We're doing funky. Here we go. I still don't know what it's going to look like. I'm just putting color on at the moment. Oh, we were going to do a pen. We're going to make it a blown glass pen. That's what I want to do. So we're going to make it a pen. Yep, I am on late. Stephanie's in Egypt right now, so I'm kind of bachelorette or bachelor right now. Bachelorette, that's funny. Kind of in bachelor mode at the moment, so yeah, I'm on late. Look, where are my parents? Yeah, right. What's that old phrase? I knew Moby when he was a minnow, something like that. All right, we're gonna add this line down here. Here we go. All the way around. So this is going to be a blown glass pen. And I don't use the glass tips for it. I use the Bic insert. So like a normal Bic pen, you can take the insert out and you can replace the ink. I do that mostly because I like it easy to find. You know, it's not hard to find those inserts. And they're very affordable, and you can change all the colors. Why does my hair look so unreal? I don't know, it's there. I only make calligraphy pens with actual nibs. So if you have a calligraphy pen, you know, the metal nibs, I do those. But I don't make the glass tips. I don't like that. What popped off where? In my head? Probably a bug. Yeah, thank you, Dragonfly. Yeah, the pens are actually pretty cool. I am not the chef. Okay, there we go. I am just mean. Something shot off the end. Yeah, it could be possible. Maybe just a little fragment. It was a glass rod. Yeah, it's probably just a little nib. I think I just felt the bug hit my head, though. Bastard. Okay, so we're going to... It's probably just a little glass shard that popped off. That happens. Okay, so next step, we're going to take this and just push a little air into it to blow it out. That's going to even the wall. Have I had many explosions? Nope. I have not. Not unless you count Modium. Or what is it? Metamuse. I don't know, whatever that stuff is. All right, so we're going to bring this out. And sorry, you're getting spicy, Jason, at the moment. And we're going to pull this out. So we're going to give it a nice little twist. And as I'm twisting it, we're going to bring it out and elongate it. And try and keep it as straight as possible. Like that. Okay, I'm going to bring it down here. This is where the actual insert will go. So this is where the Bic pen insert will go into when it's all done. So I'm going to taper that off right there. That'll give me a good indicator where it needs to be placed. All right, we're looking good. I'm going to bring it out here. Again, I have to pop a little hole in it. We will cover that up after I finish this pen. But I do have to pop a little hole in there. We're going to bring it right here. Okay, there we go. So I will cover that hole up when I finish the pen. The most important part, though, is if I don't have that, I can't open this end up. All right, so we're going to put a little mushroom on this pen. You guys good with that? A little mushroom on it? How about we make a little mushroom pen? Y'all okay with that? All right, let's do a mushroom pen. I got to figure out how to get the music onto TikTok because you guys are missing out. I definitely have to figure out how to get the music onto TikTok. So we can't make the mushroom too big, but we could do a good one. Then we'll attach it to the pen, so it'll be a cool little mushroom pen. Purple, no, we're going to do white, but we're going to do some cool coloring to it. I promise you it's going to look different than you possibly imagine. It's definitely going to be a trippy, psychedelic looking mushroom. It will definitely have a psychedelic effect to it. So we're going to leave it right there. I got a little gold residue. We're going to fume this with gold. And what that's going to do is it's going to turn the white glass to pink. It's going to create that glass, and it's going to go from white to pink via gold. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, Creative. We're going to just taper this off a little bit. Okay, there is a little gold residue on here, and you're going to see this white right here, and we're going to turn it pink. And what's going to happen is that gold is going to vaporize in the flame, and it's going to transfer onto the white. And create a little bit of pink. Actually, it's getting a little pink purple. That's actually kind of cool. There. Now we got pink with a gold hue to it. Well, gotta bust out the flashlight. There. Can you all see that pink now? Pink pill. Look at that. Why do I spin the glass away from you while working? I don't know. Just because I do. Just happens. All right, so we're going to trap that gold right now. We're going to by adding these tiny little dots. So everywhere I'm putting a little dot, it's going to trap that gold. Anywhere I'm not putting the dot, the gold is going to burn off. Just coming through. There. So now we have little dots everywhere, and it's going to change the whole coloring of this little mushroom. It's going to give it some character. And I need that. Do I use sunglasses every time? Well, these aren't sunglasses. These are didymium glasses. Well, they're Meta Ray-Bans with didymium lens. This is what they do. Watch. See? Filters out all that bright light. In fact, I'll do it this way. You can definitely see it that way. See how you can see into the flame? And that's what the purpose of it is. We should have a unoriginal Guy Fieri. Oh, we should put a freaking Guy Fieri counter on here. Oh my God, great idea. That would be funny. But yeah, that's what my glasses do. That's the effect I have while looking through here. Now, normally it would be cool to use that filter all the time, right? But all you would see is purple and a little bit of bright light. You would purple blue. You wouldn't see all the organic colors that are happening from this. So that's why I don't use the filter on the lenses, because you miss out on everything else. You could see into the fire for a little bit, but then everything else would be missing. Now on YouTube, I will have the non-vertical live stream going, and I'm going to have two cameras. That one I can have a filtered camera and a non-filtered side by side, and that would be kind of cool. Marcia, thank you for sharing the live. Okay, so I want to bring this out so you can kind of see the coloring. Got to do the stupid flashlight again. There we go. There. Now you can see, well, man, that's really bright. Hopefully you can see some of that pink in there. There. I don't know. It's pretty bright. There. Pinky. So we got some organic color in there. And now we're going to do totally organic on the top. I always like pink and green. We're going to mix some green, and then I'm going to toss probably a little of the dark purple on there. This will be a good color combo. We're just going to put some little dots on here. Okay, got that. Let's grab some purple. Add that in. Dot, dot, dot. There. Now we got a Bam Bam Club from the Flintstones. Barney Rubble. It was Barney Rubble that had the club, I think. Barney Rubble's club in pink and crazy. All right, let's make a mushroom. Go. Mushroom maker. Bam Bam. That was it. Bam Bam. We're going to give it a little twisty. So we're twisting all those colors up on the top now. It's going to give it that kind of cool psychedelic spiral. So we got purple, green, pink, all mixed together in a spiral. We're going to create the mushroom right now. So this right here is how I start my mushrooms out. They got little divots in here, half circles. This is actually from jewelry. This is a stainless steel plate or block. And I sprayed it with carbon or graphite, and it works really well. Dragonfly and Groves, you should contact me. I'll tell you where to get these. Let's go in here. These are super cheap. That whole block was like $6. It's a jewelry block. I can't remember what they call it. Okay, and now we have a little tiny mushroom like that. See, now we got lots of little color running through. Let's bring out the flashlight one more time. Yeah, I'll message you on that, Dragonfly. And here we go. Watch. Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Look at the colors. Told you it'd be psychedelic trippy. There we go. I hope you can see those colors. They look totally trippy. Then we're going to attach a tiny little punchy rod right there and stick it to the pen. I was going to try it off to the side, but we're just going to go right straight in. I got to pull this stem just a little bit. It's not quite mushroomy enough. There we go. And then we're going to give it a little bit of a tilt, like a kind of mushroom. And then wiggle that off. Okay, we're looking good. We're going to create some foliage on here. So it should look like it's sitting in a little mossy area. So in order to do that, we're going to pull a little string. I'll have to burn that off later. Okay, we're going to use that color. We'll use a lime green on top of it, give it 2 different shades of green. Just to give it some texture. There we go. Felt like I was diamond painting right there. Then we're just going to pull that tip off the mushroom. Melt that in. So when it cools, all the colors will come out, but you got a little mushroom growing off your pen, and it'll be nice and short down here. The nice thing about this, anybody steals your pen, you can definitely find them. You say, that's my damn pen. I know it. because it's custom. All right, I gotta burn that part off later. Got too cold. Thank you, Nat. I appreciate that. All right, it is 11:30 my time. I think it's time for me to call it. It has been 3. Oh, let's go another 2 minutes. 1 minute. We're gonna go 1 minute. But I'm gonna call it though. Anybody have any questions that I can answer about glass while I have no flame going? I can answer a few questions if you have some. I'm happy to do that. Yep. Favorite glass thing to make? Ooh, I always, there's 2 answers to that. One is whatever someone's willing to buy, because I always feel like that's a compliment if you're going to spend your money on something I made. That's a really cool thing. And then I like whimsical, fantasy whimsical. Where am I from? My mother. Where are you from? This has been, I'm in Washington. How long have you been doing this? 31 years. Have a good night. Yeah. Yeah, 31 years full time. How does one get started? Oh, so there's one method to do this that I recommend. There's many ways, but there's something called glassblowing experiences. And what an experience is you go to a person like me, a glassblower that's been doing this a while, and you say, I want to pay you for a couple hours of your time to kind of get a feel whether I like being around the glass. And usually most good glassblowers will say, sure. And you go in and you spend about 2 hours and they make something like a mushroom or a bird or something like that. And you decide whether you like it. Once you do that point, then you buy your equipment. It's about $2,500 to $3,000 to get started. And then you take a few lessons. Very basic. Don't take a lot of lessons. 1 or 2 small ones. Practice what you learned. And then after you're done practicing that, then you start taking more advanced lessons. But in the beginning, do not take a course where it's like, learn to make wine glasses. Total waste of time for that. Learn to make mushrooms in the beginning. And then you go from that, you just start picking a lane of things you like. Like I like whimsical, okay? This is one of my items that I love. This is whimsical to me, okay? That is a whimsical item for me. It's not something that is normal. Soft glass, marbles and beads, that's hard. Soft glass is hard. I have a lot of respect for that. But yeah, so this to me is what I like. I like whimsical. I like organically different. So I would definitely say pick a lane of what type of items you like, and then from there, practice. It's like trying to play a musical instrument. If you gave me a guitar, I wouldn't know that, right, Taki? I wouldn't know how to play a guitar. But if you showed me a couple little things, I would have to practice and then you get better. Yeah, hammer. I got a hammer. So this is hammer time. So this is different. So we make glass hammer just because I could. And we have a microphone. Now this isn't so whimsical. I just like the old microphones, like that old 50s microphone look, and I wanted to make one. So thank you for the heart me. So I made this, and it's good for a karaoke person that, you know, kind of like a little, like just a fun little thing, you know, a little object. The screwdriver has not turned out yet. I am working on that. Yeah, it didn't turn out yet. But yeah, not useful at all. Well, the hammer I've actually had my roofer use. The hammer nailed a lot of nails. That hammer was actually used. If you go into my shorts video and you will see the hammer in action. There is I have a shorts video where the hammer was used. Yeah. I'm on every night, every day, every night. I'll be live streaming my ass off coming up because we have Christmas coming up, and I will be insanely busy. But yeah. Unbreakable. There is no such thing as unbreakable. There is resistant glass, which is borosilicate. That's what I use. But it's common for people to refer to it as Pyrex. But it's not unbreakable. Even this marble, well, you would have a hell of a time breaking it. You could break it. How long I've been doing live stream? This is about year 3 live streaming. I don't do any fairs, no fairs. But yeah, so this marble would be, like if you slammed it against tile, you'd break your tile. Like I said, yeah, you can break anything, but yeah, most challenging thing I've created? Wow. The most challenging thing I had to create was a set of dogs. It was 5 Labrador retrievers. And I had to create it out of a photo. And they were about this big each. So each one of the labs was this big. And when I was creating it, I had to match the photograph identical. That's the same person that I had done the pool table for, the pool lamp for. So I had to build 5 of these labs, and it had to look exactly like the photograph, including the color collars. And the hardest one was there was one lab sitting down, and I had to get that look to it. That was hard. Yeah, the wolf is cool. You can see the, I like the detail when you see it with the light. So I don't do a lot of color on these type of things because I think you can get a better effect through carving the glass and having it clear. Know what I mean? So you can get a much better effect of this as opposed to using a lot of color. And I think too much color is bad. I really do. I don't like a lot of color. How does someone get started blowing glass? Like I said, you want to do what's called an experience like this. You come in, and a glass blower like me, you spend about 2 hours just seeing if you like being around the fire. And then you buy your equipment, $2,500 to $3,000, and then you take a couple lessons and practice. There's a lot of information on YouTube. There's a lot of free videos on YouTube. Now, if you're beginning, you could come in and watch my live stream and learn for free. Okay? I don't hold anything back when I'm doing stuff. I absolutely go through and show. I wish your high school did a glass blowing course. Yeah, I wish people did too. That would be cool if they did that. Daisy Girl, good night. But if you really want to know, there's a couple resources. One is on Facebook called Torch Talk. If you want to join the group on Facebook called Torch Talk, you'll learn a lot. The wolf is actually already pre-sold now. Someone already asked to buy the wolf. So it's going to go bye-bye pretty quick here. Do I have any kind of lamps? We're talking about lamps. I don't have any lamps other than what was behind me. And I don't make too much lighting anymore. Any stained glass items? No. I tried stained glass. I was bad. Although I got to get with Lucky Lex because I want to do a collaboration with a stained glass artist and have a 3D effect. So what I mean by that is if you had a stained glass window and you took a flower like this and you curved it coming out of the window. So you fused the rose in the window, but 3D it out. That would be kind of cool. I don't have the skill to do the stained glass part. But that's kind of what I want to do on that process. I think that would be pretty amazing. Your dad is a professional stained glass artist. Yeah, that's a tough job. Stained glass is hard. But yeah, I think it would be really, really, really cool to have 3D stained glass. 3D would be really neat. Yeah, this side is, yeah, this is a lot of fun. This is a great job. I have a good time with it. I have a lot of fun. So, all right. With that, I am gonna call it. I'm tired. It's 11:45 for me, so I'm gonna call it a night. I can't thank you all enough for hanging with me. You make my life so much better. I really appreciate all of you. So, with that, I'm going to bid you good night. Don't forget, tomorrow I'll be on. And yeah, I appreciate all of you. Red Squeak, thank you for always being there and modding. Miss Vicious, thank you too. Creative, I appreciate it. So I'm going to end on YouTube real quick. I appreciate you guys. And there we go. Thank you.